Welcome to my quick video look at the UMI Iron. I'm just doing a quick unboxing today and I'll look at the phone in more detail over the next few days, so I'll just show you what you get in the pack. Starting off with the accessories at the top here, we have a flat micro USB charging cable, and that has a mini connector, a slimline connector. Next up is the USB on the go. Plug that into the micro USB and you can transfer data from pen drives and other devices, and you can also charge from that as well. This version has the European plug adapter, but I'd expect that to change for different regions. That's the 2-pin EU plug, and we have a small pin. I'll show you what to do with that in a second. Looks like a paper clip with a prong. Just taking a look at the viewing angles on the screen, we can see that the panel underneath is quite close to the surface, though there is a bit of reflection on this. This is just a factory sticker on here, if you don't forget, so that will be coming off. The viewing angles look pretty good to me, perhaps not quite so good on that side, but still quite an impressive display. If we're looking over the bezel on the side, it's all metal here as well, apart from the plastic sections here. There's the notification light at the bottom and the main controls here with the headphone jack at the top. Feels nice in the hand. It's quite a slim handset, doesn't feel very heavy, even though it's quite a large, 5.5 inches. It's a phone which I think is on the limit of portability, but still it's not to a size where I'd feel uncomfortable carrying it. Moving on to the SIM card slot and memory card slot, I'm using the tool here. Just push it in and it lifts it out slightly, and then you can pull it out. It's quite stiff, it doesn't fall out easily. With this you have a choice of 2 SIM cards at the same time without a memory card, or a SIM and a memory card. So you can't run 2 SIM cards and a micro SD at the same time. These are nano SIM cards for this phone. One of the features of the phone is a front LED light, which is not normally on many phones, in addition to the front camera. Flipping it over, we have a twin LED and the rear camera. We'll be testing that later on just to see how that performs. That's supposed to be a Sony sensor in there. I'm looking at some of the features now on the Iron. One of them is the notification light. This is a variable colour LED at the bottom here, and that changes colour depending on which notification you've got. So I'll dive into the menus now and we can see the settings that we have for that. I'm in the settings now for the notification light. You have a few options here. One is the charging, so it will glow red at the bottom when it's charging. Low battery. We have incoming calls, so you can change that, and the missed notifications. So we have a choice of calls, SMS, miscellaneous, which could be emails and other things like Facebook. Click into each one and you'll see you have a selection of colours and choices here to pick from. I think it's quite a nice feature. It's something that's quite simple, but it does add a bit more to the normal notification light than most other phones that I've tried. I'm just going to do a quick test now with the Iron's torch just to see how powerful that is. So I'm in a dark room, there's very little to almost no illumination in here at all. Firing that up, as you can see, you'll have no problem seeing with the torch on this. It's quite a powerful torch with the dual LEDs on the back.
We also have a setting here called mirror vision, which allows you to tune the display panel so that you can customize it to your own preference. Now the picture mode will be standard, which means that you don't have a lot of choices with that, but you click in here and you have a selection of standard, vivid and user modes. So if we click user mode, we can then unlock these options. So you can adjust the contrast of the screen, the saturation, picture brightness, sharpness, and the colour temperature here. So we're adjusting it from cooler to warmer. And that's quite a nice feature to have. You can tune the screen to your own preference, so it's not a gimmick, it's something which would generally be quite useful for you, particularly if you're taking pictures and reviewing pictures. Sometimes the screens might not be exactly to your own personal preference. This is the heart rate monitor I'm trying now, so you just put your finger on the sensor. And the stress, which I'm not exactly sure how that works, but we'll try that. Reviewing a few pictures that I took with the Iron's camera. This one was with the LED flash. Does a reasonably good job. It's improved quite a bit since the update. Here's another one of a keyboard. The details are quite good. The sensor is a capable one, and this is a natural light shot inside. There's quite a lot of detail on that. You can see the finer areas there. One thing I noticed was the colour balance improved with the newer update, quite a bit actually. And here's one outside. So the details are pretty good. There's still a bit of sharpening, excess sharpening in places, so I think you may need to tweak that a little bit, balance the noise reduction with the details. I'm just running a processor benchmark now just to see how it stacks up. I'm expecting a reasonably decent result from this MTK processor. And we've got a pretty good one. 592 single core 2620 for the multi-core. This processor really relies on the multi-threading for its performance, and it's done a pretty nice job here. To be honest, it just mirrors exactly what I find in use with the phone. It's a fast phone, it feels speedy and responsive, and you've got a good bit of memory there, so it never feels laggy at all, and it stacks up very well compared to its rivals. So that's an encouraging result. Just a synthetic, but it's mirrored with real world use as well. Summing up for me with the Iron, it's got some nice features. The screen is excellent, the processor is very fast, it does quite a good job for gaming as well. I've not had any problems with that. Call quality and reception with the Wi-Fi has also been excellent. There's a couple of weaker points I still think UMI could do with working on the camera a bit more. It has improved with recent updates. It's just I think that the processing could be a bit more refined. Sometimes the images can be a bit over sharpened still. Not as much as the Emax. It's an improvement of that, and it's quite capable of decent results. It's just something which they could enhance for future products or with updates possibly. Speaker sound on the back was okay. It wasn't anything particularly outstanding. Could do with possibly a front speaker, but apart from that there isn't much really to fault the phone on, because the battery life is very good. The screen is excellent in resolution, and it's a fully featured phone as well. You're not really missing out on anything in terms of functionality and features. So once you factor in the price of the phone, it's quite a competitive offering, and it's certainly something which would appeal to someone who wants a larger screen phone but without a very heavy price tag.